Now that like the nice stuff's out of the way, I want to get to something that I always love to do, and I'm glad that you guys covered this with Henry earlier. This is not targeted at Henry at all, but as a kid that
I
grew
love
up with
America.
Sports Center on, I want to do a little bit of a call out to one of my all-time favorites, and that's Chris Berman's run through the top 10. Europe has just as much, if not more, craziness, more struggles with racecraft and consistency. And if anything, most of it is side by side dive bombs. So again, Henry mentioned the OK Junior finish from this past year's World Championships. Here it is, last turn, boom, into the wall, done. Doesn't get to finish second, doesn't obviously get a trophy or anything. Noah Baglin out. Okay, fine. Let's not talk juniors, right? Let's not talk example. Let's go back a few years. Let's go to senior, right? Henry talked about swerving. Here's like a prime example. Lorenzo Travisanuto won his second world title off of that. After that one swerve, took the guy offline, drove into him. The guy had his number, had Lorenzo's number, right? Was going to get by him. Couldn't get by him after the battle started for second. Then, Henry, you called this race. Rotax Grand Finals last year. Callum Bradshaw, white line, took out half of Team UK before this point. Finally, had a move around the outside, got bumped out of the way, and then you talk about drivers settling amongst themselves, right? He goes back, he sends this guy all the way into the weeds, okay? Gets a 5-second penalty for it. Should it have been a black flag or DQ? It could have been. But on top of that, Macaulay Bishop cuts the racetrack, gets a 5-second penalty for cutting the racetrack, but he finishes so far ahead of everybody else. He still ends second in the Rotax Grand Final. You say, you know what? That's not shifter. That's not shifter racing. Let's go back a few more years. 2015 KZ World Championships. Paolo DeCanto, this isn't a bump and run. It's a drive into the side, take Margot R to go out. So it's a CRG 1-2. Purposeful, obvious, been done before, been seen it before. And how about if we want to go to shifter racing, the clip that I went viral for 2 years ago that made it into the paddock. When Christian Bertuca is raced here now, and I like him, Thomas Stolzermanis, he broke check him, he swerved him, he opened back up for the corner, and the only penalty for that entire heat race, Thomas Stolzermanis' push back bumper. And if I want to go any bit more about our friends at the FIA, they stole our headshot of Joe Turney for his World Championship run in the European Championships from our director, Riley. They screenshotted it off of Facebook, and we only found it because there were pictures from the ceremony in France. They self-admitted that their photographer sucks by screenshotting our social media posts. Didn't pay us, didn't ask. We asked for permission to use their broadcast footage. James Goodell, the RGMC live streamer, said, yes, you guys absolutely can. But the headshots, that's the FIA. The FIA didn't respond, wouldn't let us promote their own European drivers coming to the Supernats and wouldn't give us headshots. And yet they stole ours for their own guy when he won the European Championships. So I just wanted to go over all of that and just to remind everyone that whether it's a bump and run, it's a dive into the side pod across the world. And here, there will always be consistency issues. There will always be debates. So for our snooty ass friends, unlike Henry, but on Henry's side of the pond, shut up, enjoy the show. And if you want to be jealous about us outperforming you on a probably fraction of your budget, no one's stopping you. You probably already are anyway. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I love getting to knock people down a peg. And if people don't understand why that stuff frustrates me and why I always want to call out the European FIA, specifically karting division, it's because as someone who loves this sport and more than anything loves motorsports, right? I hate seeing the fact that talent doesn't win. I hate seeing that there are so many hardworking, talented drivers that don't get to continue racing. And here we are with every single penny. I'm staring down an overnight scrap stickers off job because we want to make sure that we look good and we make more improvements. And then after that, put an AC unit for my guys, take it to a storage unit, go through the gear, drive our rig to Charlotte, and then put on another badass show over for the Stars race, and then keep it going because we want to make it where if you don't get an opportunity or if you don't have $50 million in the bank, then hey, you're still able to find a way to maybe race karts a little bit less expensively because of the value and everything else brought in. So when we're doing that, and we absolutely are not coming from a position of wealth or power or authority, and an organization that doesn't seem to care about making a difference, but has the power to do so, and is just lax about it all, and then just scoffs up at everybody. I mean, there's not been anything that I've seen come out of our buddies in the organization over there besides a press release every couple of years. So, I mean, what are you guys doing to grow the sport, right? And if you just want to just ride your high horse at every moment here that maybe we're not perfect because nobody's going to be, I mean, I can't stop you from doing that, but I don't know, take something from it. And the fact that your world champs, your European champs are less known than some kid from Cincinnati, Ohio, who put the bumper to another guy with an afro that builds his own go-karts and welds them in the Southwest of the U.S. Those two guys are more well-known than your top stars for next weekend's Euros is a problem. And that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be this easy for us to beat you. But you're either in denial that we are, and I say we as the whole country, or I don't know. But I make that point just to kind of knock those guys off, because I just, there's nothing more frustrating to me in the world, and this goes way beyond everything we've been talking about, is having the power to make an impact and not doing anything with it. And I think that we're very lucky to be in the spot that that the sports empowered us to be in. Everyone on the screen, everyone following along, all the community here that's watching with us live and checking the clips out and everything, like, that is super, super cool. And that's not taken lightly. And that's why that we'll continue to work our asses off to try and make a difference and make it better. And these conversations do that. So, yeah, that was a good little ramble at the end of that to kind of take it back down. But I really enjoy doing that stuff.